What's going on, people? Welcome to Members Only. Now, tonight we're going to take it to Detroit, way back in the 80s. Now, I know y'all heard about the Chamber Brothers. If y'all didn't, y'all need to do y'all research, man, because them boys was getting it. And I heard these guys was getting like 200,000 a day. And they took over Detroit, man. Them guys, man, they had motion. But anyway, they was so on top of their game that they ran their companies like a Fortune 500. Like the prosecutor said, man, these guys could have been doing big things if they wasn't in this crime genre. They didn't hit the streets. These men were so smart. Now, to run a successful crime organization full of hitters, full of guys that came for nothing, that's going to be around money, you must do something to keep them in line. And, some people do it with fear, and some people do it with a set of rules. See, I think a set of rules should come with every organization. You need to keep these guys in line, and they need to have something to respect. Now, when it comes to the Chamber Brothers, when police raided one of their spots, they found a list of rules on a piece of paper that the whole organization had to follow. Just like the 10 Crack Commandments. I know you heard that Biggie song, but it was sort of like that, but it had more rules. Now, tonight we're going to go over that list. Now, what's the two things that you have to use to keep someone in check? Well, the first thing is fear. Fear could keep someone in line, and another thing is to come at their pockets. Now, that's big with the government. The government will put you in an inconvenient position that they will come at your pockets for speeding or have you do jail time, and nobody want to do jail time because you can't get that time back. And then when they come at your pockets, they get you for illegal parking. They'll have you with speeding fines, speeding tickets, and they got all types of stuff that have a guy on their best behavior on the street. So tonight we're going to talk about the Chamber Brothers and the list of commandments. Now, first we're going to start with number one. Now, rule number one was stealing amongst the group will have you pay a $300 fine. Now, of course, no one likes a thief, so you might catch a beating also, but $300, that was a lot of money in the 80s. That's a lot of money now, but $300 was like a little bit over $500 back in the day. So stealing amongst the group will give you a $300 fine. Now, fighting amongst the group would give you a $100 fine. That's less than stealing because, of course, no one likes a thief. But fighting amongst the group is only $100 because if you put a group of people in one room, something bound to happen. You got people that act up, people like to talk a lot of shit, and you got guys that came from nothing in one room. So a person could come out of nowhere but play fighting, people making jokes, and it could lead to a fight. And one thing about having an organization is you want to avoid fights as much as possible because you don't want no unwanted attention. You don't want any beef. So fighting will cost you $100. Rule number three, neglecting one's house, $100 fine. Now, if you're on your shift, you're supposed to be there until your shift is over. There's a lot of stuff that's in that crib. Like, you in the crib with the work and you in the crib with some money. So why would you even leave the stash house unattended? So if you neglect the crib, they'll charge you a C note or a little bean you gotta give up. So that's just that. Now, rule number four, I know you heard this before. But rule number four is not following the rules, which costs you a $100 fine. So now I'm thinking if you commit rule number one, which is stealing amongst the group, which is a $300 fine, I guess that goes to rule number four, not following the rules, which costs you $100. So I guess whichever rules you break, whichever you gotta pay, you may have to pay an extra $100 because not following the rules is $100. Now, rule number five, revealing secrets about the organization will get you a $500 fine. Now, of course, that's out of pocket. Like, why are you sharing our secrets? Why are you running your mouth? So you gotta get that bread up. So we'll take $500 and you might get a whooping. Rule number six, playing loud music while picking up or dropping off is a $50 fine. Now, there's only $50 because it's most likely young boys gonna be doing that. Of course, the young boys wanna ride in they fly whips, picking up and dropping off, and causing unwanted attention. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want to be seen if you got work in the car? If you're doing anything that has anything to do with picking up or dropping off work, why would you want to do that? But they got $50 because $50 won't really hurt you. It'll probably hurt a young boy pocket before any of the the higher ups. So a $50 fine if you playing loud music while doing pickup and drop offs. Rule number seven, bringing strangers to the house. It's a $500 fine, which is a big no-no. That's the dumbest thing you can do. We don't know this dude. You don't know this dude. You may claim to know this dude, but this dude could be an informant or he can be undercover, so they'll charge you $500 for that mistake. Rule number 8, two must ride together at all times. If not, you'll get hit with a whopping $100. Rule number 9, when you are riding dirty, do not stop at your friend's or family house. If you do, you'll get hit with $400. So that means don't stop at your friend's crib, don't go see your mom, don't go see your dad, don't go see your little brother, don't go feed your cat, or don't go feed your goldfish. You are to wait till your shift is over, and then you can do whatever you gotta do. Just don't do it on their time. Rule number 10, lying for another worker will get you hit with $500. Now, you shouldn't be lying at all. Lying is the same category as stealing, but you're just gonna have to pay $200 extra. Rule number 11, causing confusion amongst the members will get you hit with $200. Rule number 12, speeding while doing pickup and drop-offs will get you hit with $100. I think they should have picked that to $1,000 because you should know better. Like, that's the dumbest thing you can do is speed while you're dirty. Like, why would you give yourself a chance to be pulled over when you got work on you? Rule number 13, all money must be picked up before 6 a.m. in the morning. If not, you'll be hit with a $200 fine. Now, if you don't got $200 to give up each time, you should switch your shift to the evening shift. Rule number 14, you are on call 24/7. So they don't care if you're asleep, they don't care if you're at the Detroit Pistons game, they don't care if you're sitting at your wife's side while she's giving birth. You must be on call, you must tend to the family needs. Rule number 15, if you hire a worker and he or she runs off, you must pay for that loss. Now, if you out here vouching for someone, if you get them hooked up with the organization, if they mess up, you gotta pay for that cost. Rule number 16, one does not ride with money or work at the same time. If you get caught doing that, that's a $300 fine. Now, last but not least, rule number 17, one must not ride with all the work on them when they are dropping off. If you do, that's the $300 fine. So those are the rules the Chamber Brothers use to keep their organization in check. So every newcomer that came, they get a copy of those rules. And those rules will be read to you so you will know what's going down. Now, they did have in writing that one will be promoted and graded according to their work and conduct. If you are planning on getting rich, forget about your girlfriends and family. You will not have too much time for parties or concerts. You should not wear chains, felines, gold. Hard work and dedication will make you rich. You will be rich within 12 months. Your success is going to depend on how well you follow instructions. So that's it, man. It sounds motivating, man. But anyway, that's all for tonight. Those are the crack commandments. Those are all the rules that are used by the Chamber Brothers out in Detroit from back in the day. Now, if you're new, of course, subscribe. And if you like the content, you already know, hit that like button. And you already know, bless the comments for me, turn your notifications on. Everyone have a good night. I'm out.